I'm showing you now a screenshot of the advertisement on Amazon where Paul Yates is selling this book. Okay. And you can see quite clearly that he is telling people to rinse their credit cards every 2 to 3 years. So I've got here a couple of articles where people obtain loans with no intentions of paying them back, and they have been jailed for fraud. So that demonstrates that if you obtain loans or credit cards in their game with no intention of paying it back, that is an act of fraud. And so therefore, Paul Michael Yates, in all of his wisdom, this learned chap, is encouraging people and inciting them to commit fraud. Hello everyone, Spaniard here. It's the 25th of May 2024, and in this video, I'm going to expose debt ninjas. This is the brainchild, the alleged brainchild of one Paul Michael Yates, author of a book called The Title is Unimportant. The problem with what Paul Michael Yates has actually done is that he's advertising the book and the templates within the book in such a way that anyone who uses them may well be charged or pursued with a claim of fraud. Anyone who uses the templates that he's created within that book, he has effectively handed you a hand grenade. And that's because of the way he's advertised the book. He's opened you up to potential claims of fraud. You never use templates. The moment the banks are familiar with certain templates, they now know how to deal with those letters when they come in. We've got two people who are being pursued with claims of fraud because they've used Paul Michael Yates's paperwork, and the bank is now citing the fact that they came along to obtain their loans or credit cards with no intention of paying them back because they are using the templates out of the book, and the book clearly states that this is what you can do. So there you go. If you follow the templates or use the templates in this book, there is a chance that you are going to be accused of committing fraud because, hey presto, you're not paying it, you're using the templates, and the advert for the book makes it quite clear. Don't pay your credit cards. Come and rinse them every 2 to 3 years. Paul Yates has advertised this, rinsing the credit cards every 2 to 3 years, yet he hasn't done that himself. In actual fact, despite in book 1 claiming that he's cleared his credit file, that's not true because on Facebook and a number of other social media platforms, he's admitted that he has not cleared his credit file. And in fact, we've got proof that he hasn't cleared his credit file. So, for example, one of the cases that he uses as a case study in book number 1, he obtained a county court judgment on. Here it is. So it shows you that the bank hasn't been kind of frozen up or stopped in their tracks, as he advertises. In actual fact, they've been chasing him. And he even admits that his credit file, in fact, this is how Paul Yates says it. He admits that his credit file is completely screwed. He claims that he knows how to clear it, but hasn't had the time to do so, which means that what he put in book 1 is false, and what he's put in book 2 is false. He's lied in his books. In this book, which is his first book, the title is unimportant. He claims, having authored this in 2022, he shows 7 case studies in which he claims to have frozen up or wiped off the debts. I have proof that that's a lie. In his second book, this is The Big Stick, okay, in which he advertises that, this is on the front cover, how to make the creditor liable and correct the record. So in other words, this is how he's telling you how to go in, clear the credit file, right? And go and collect damages from the bank, right? And this is what he's got on the reverse cover. The Big Stick shows how to recover everything the bank has taken and correct the record of our credit file. All right, that's on the back cover. See if I can show you that. I've highlighted it right here. However, if I turn onto the page 355, final thoughts. The opening sentence reads as follows. As stated at the beginning of this book, this work is largely theoretical. In other words, he has not cleared his credit file. Yates, in having completed book one and having gone through his process, promptly left the country. And this is why he's not having to pay any of his debts, because he doesn't live in this country anymore. What he did was he obtained a yacht and went sailing around the world, right? So it's all well and good doing a runner and then claiming that you're not paying anything on your debts, but he has got county court judgments. And if these people could pin him down, I've got no doubt that they would take his assets or freeze his bank accounts or whatever. And in actual fact, if they discover the name of his yacht, they could probably lien his yacht. Paul Yates didn't think about that one, did he? If we can't trust all these alleged experts and all these people that are allegedly awake, yeah, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting against that system for when the new society looks and feels pretty much worse than the old one, actually? So people like Paul Michael Yates are actually bringing the truth movement into disrepute, okay? And that's because, he's lied about what he's done, how he's done it, where he got the information from, and the work that he put into it. Let's say that you are having issues with debt. You've just woken up to the fact that loans and credit cards are not what you thought they were. They're not created the way that you thought they were. The bank doesn't lend anything, so on and so forth. Well, look, I've created a website for you called ninjabunnies.org. Okay, it will cost you £1 to join. And the reason that we charge £1 to join is a security and verification fee. It's so that we can make sure we know who you are and that we can make sure that you are genuine and that you are real. Okay, because unfortunately, if people go there to use the information from the point of view if they want to steal it and write a bloody book, then yes, it gives me sufficient data to be able to sue you. But for 99.9999% of people that want help with this thing, then what it does is it explains what Paul Yates couldn't copy down properly. That explains it to you. Okay. So the videos that he obtained, the videos that he watched, all this kind of stuff that he took his information from, it's over at ninjabunnies.org. So you are welcome to go over there and join. We have a forum on the site. Okay. And you can go over there and get to understand this properly from someone who actually worked in the industry, not someone who is pulling your plonker, trying to give it the big one and trying to claim other people's work as his own. Okay. Get it firsthand from the guy that actually did the job. Yeah. As opposed to someone that's just a wannabe. Go over to ninjabunnies.org, join the Ninja Bunnies, £1 so we can verify you. And there you go. You'll have access to all the information there and a forum. Knock yourselves out. If you want to see a free copy of this book, okay, there's a website which has sprung up. Hold on, let me have a search for it. It's called debt-ninjas-review.com. And they've actually got the templates on that website and a PDF. Someone's turned this book into a PDF. You've got a PDF which you can download for free. All right. As I say, it's not his work anyway. He may have written the book, but actually it's not based on his research whatsoever, despite the fact that he claims to have spent 20 years in the making. This book has been 20 years in the making.